This is game number 3 nitong ating triple header dito po sa Subic Bay Gymnasium in Olonga po, Zambales. Nitong ating Filbasket Subic Championship for today. Noel Zarate pa rin po kasama si Javi Palanya. At hindi po ito ang finals ng MPBL. Mukha lang po. Because it will now feature itong dalawang kupunan na naglaban para sa Lakan Championship. We will see that in just a few moments. Yan na po, naka-highlight na po. The Davao Occidental, naririnig ni Javi MPBL. Kumikililing yung kanyang tenga.
Oh, wag muna natin batiin. But really exciting game at our hands today. Both teams really have a history facing off each other, and I'm sure we will see a very exciting match on our hands today.
Yan po, may at stake dito. One team will get their second loss of the tournament, and one streak will be derailed because itong kupunan ng Davao has actually won 4 straight. San Juan coming off a win.
That's right, and Davao Occidental Tigers really want to stay on that top spot to keep in pace with top team AICC Manila, who won that thriller of a game against FSD Makati Army, who San Juan faced in their last game.
At ito nga pag-uusapan natin, itong labanan, itong San Juan Knights go for gold kontra po dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, the two teams that squared off in this season's MPBL Lakan Finals. Of course, itong kupunan ng San Juan Knights. Let's talk about this team. They are rebuilding. They only have 4 or 5 members from the team that lost to Davao in the finals.
Yeah, that's right. And we're looking at the numbers from this game. Their win against FSD Makati Army, it was a close one, 83-81. Despite shooting only 36.7 from the field, San Juan was able to lead FSD Makati Army in most categories. Their relentless energy was able to merit 54 rebounds, 20 of those in the offensive nature, which they converted into 19 second chance points. And San Juan also forced 18 turnovers and converted that into 26 points off turnovers compared to just 18 para dito sa FSD Makati Army.
The big question is talking about second chances para dito sa kupunan ng San Juan Knights go for gold. Do we see the second chance now coming from Renz Abando? This guy has only played 2 games, has had 1 attempt, and has not yet scored dito. So a lot of people are asking, what's up with Renz Abando?
Yeah, that's right. And that's really indeed the big question mark here para dito sa sa San Juan Knights. He has only played 2 games and 4.9 minutes per game lang ang average na dun sa dalawang laro na yun. Spot minutes pa lang ang pinapalaro sa kanya dito. And let's see if papakawalan talaga siya ng tuluyan dito, especially against a very, very dangerous team like the Davao Occidental Tigers.
And of course, for the Davao Occidental Tigers, they are on a 4-game win streak ngayon, trying to go for win number 5, and their latest victim was no less than 7A Primus.
Yeah, 7A Primus was able to keep in step with the Davao Occidental Tigers. We were expecting kind of a blowout dito sa laro na to, but they were able to keep in step thanks in part to the efforts of the UP Fighting Maroons connection, Jello Vito and Jego Dario, exploding for a combined 43 points in that game. But however, Davao Occidental able to keep their composure in the end game and coming off with the victory in that one.
The big story, of course, here tonight, the former Knight is now in the land of the Tigers. Yan po, si John Wilson. Look at his average during the MPBL Lakan season. 20.2 points a game, almost half natapyas dito sa Filbasket.
Yeah, that's right. The role that he played for the San Juan Knights in that MPBL Lakan season was he was the go-to guy talaga in that team. And shifting over dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, who have so much big names and so much able scorers in their team, ngayon he's developing into much more of a role player para dito sa koponan ng Davao.
Will this be a finals between the San Juan Knights go for gold at itong Davao Occidental Tigers? Coco Life, we now send it to Ken Pangilinan for the introduction of the starters.
Magandang gabi mga Filbasket. Welcome to day 12 of the 2021 Filbasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. This is the final game of our triple header, featuring the much anticipated matchup between the San Juan Knights go for gold versus Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life. Knights go for gold. As guard 5'6" from Central Escolar University, number 2, Orlando Romar. Also at guard 6 feet from Papua University, number 10, Adrian Noco. At center 6'5" from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 34, J.M. Randy Alcantara. And now the starting five for the Davao Occidental Tigers Kokolai. At forward 6'4" from National University, number 8, Robbie Celis. Also at forward 6 feet from Northern Iloilo Polytechnic State College, number 25, Billy Ray Robles. At center 6'4" from Lyceum University of the Philippines, number 15, Alan Santos. At guard 5'10" from National University, number 18, Joseph Terso. And at the other guard 6'2" from Jose Rizal University, number 4, John Wilson. Their coach is Matt Manita.
So John Wilson is getting the start here today against his former team. So siklaban kaagad sa umpisa pa lamang.
That's right. And para naman dito sa panig ng San Juan Knights, Wamar and Calma joining Clarito Rodriguez and Nocum in the starting lineup. And usual suspects here para dito kay Coach Matt Makalintal.
Well, again, you know, to Orlan Wamar, one of the 5 remaining San Juan Knights from that championship in the MPBL. Let's see who is going to get the momentum early dito. Tandaan natin, itong kupunan ng Davao Occidental Tigers in the middle of a 4-game win streak. And they have the first possession. Itong first quarter natin ay hatid sa atin ng TikTok.
And ito namang San Juan Knights, although they came off a win, before that win, they lost their first game in this tournament.
Well, John Wilson natulas kagad din si Nocum, but is able to force the turnover anyway. Clarito has lost possession, tries to save it, but it goes over to Joseph Terso, who's going to pull up. So again, Jonah Clarito, also one of the remaining 5 Knights on this team from that Lacan Championship.
Yeah, that's right. And he has been making a good account of himself dito sa ating tournament. In fact, in their last game, he had 22 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Double-double effort para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara, talking about John Clarito.
Well, come to think of it, even Larry Rodriguez was on that team as Billy Ray Robles can't get it to go, and looks like Larry Rodriguez is down and he is in pain.
That is not a good sign. You want one of your leaders to be on the floor, especially against a Davao Occidental Tigers team who is at the top. And if you're San Juan, without Larry Rodriguez, it's going to be equally hard for you to regain top spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's cramps. Mukhang natamaan siya sa shin. There it is. That was a knee on shin action from Billy Ray Robles. Kontra dito kay Larry Rodriguez, yeah. Pero yung mga ganong injury, mga biglaan lang masakit eh. After a while, it's gonna wear off.
And there, he's trying to shake it off right there. Looks like he's gonna stay on the floor naman.
At sa basketball, hindi pa naman uso yung shin guards dito. Although you do see some players wear the shin guards. Here's Orlan Wamar. We are still scoreless with over a minute gone by dito sa ating first quarter. Rodriguez now working against Celis. Gets it now to Adrian Nocum, and there's a foul on John Wilson. Again, the ex-pros, and you made an excellent point about this the other day. The ex-pros will have the hardest time adjusting to the rules now. The letter of the rule ang sinusunod natin.
That's right, and the adjustment right there, continuing dito sa ating torneo for all teams and all players actually. Because sanay nga tayo sa style ng Pinoy basketball na maraming banggaan, maraming tulakan na nangyayari. But right now, Commissioner Jai Reyes already setting the standard for calls by our officials.
Finally a basket in this one, coming from Billy Ray Robles.
Billy Ray Robles, one of the consistent guys para dito kay Coach Matt Makalintal, but only was able to score 4 points in their last game.
Yeah, that was an off day para kay Billy Ray Robles as Calma misses from the outside. Wilson has not touched the ball offensively yet para dito sa kupunan ng Davao, and we're gonna have free throws coming up again, this time for Joseph Terso.
Well, Orlan Wamar trying to challenge that call there, but it was an obvious foul that he gave up against Joseph Terso.
Yeah, we're going to see free throws now coming up. Parang dito kay Joseph Terso as we thank our friends from Coco Life, our official partner here in the Filbasket Subic Championship. May mga nakalikot ako sa bago nating stats page. Fast break points. Number 5 in the league itong koponan ng Davao in fast break points, averaging 8.2 a game.
And itong San Juan Knights, I'm sure they're also at the top in that because they like to pressure the basketball. They also like to run. And because they are a good rebounding team, ang dami nilang opportunities in transition.
Alam mo, hindi ko nasulat. Na-excite ako, isa lang nasulat ko. However, itong San Juan Knights naman, they are worst in inside points. 11th in the league, averaging only 21.2 makes from the inside.
Well, that is an understandable stat para dito sa koponan ng San Juan Knights because they are able to make do with that with their outside attempts and the chances they get at the free throw line.
Itong si Tikbo is pointing out that the bench of San Juan is still standing up kasi hindi pa sila nakakashoot. Excited si Tikbo i-point out yon. Here's Wamar. Hindi pa rin pwede umupo. Calma gets it. Tries to bully his way inside. Still nothing. Rebound to Santos. 3-0 pa rin po ang ating score on the three-point play by Joseph Terzo. That's it. Wilson finally gets the ball on offense and immediately fires it up and makes it.
First attempt, first shot in para dito sa former JRU Heavy Bomber. And let's see if added motivation ang meron ni John Wilson dito sa laro nito because he is going up against his former team.
Up and under move para naman dito kay Larry Rodriguez. And you can now sit down, San Juan.
The veterans are at play here early para sa dalawang koponan na to. Larry Rodriguez scoring on that deuce inside.
Here's Celis. He had a great game in their last outing. Was in fact the player of the game in that one, Javi.
Yup, definitely. And Robbie Celis, one of the matchup nightmares of players that we have here dito sa ating torneo. We have guys like that. Parang si Cedric Ablaza actually.
Exactly, ganun din. Another big guy. And just the other day, as we see this John Wilson bomb, and then the Larry Rodriguez retaliation on inside. Kahapon lang si Embons Bonleon eh.
That's right.
That's a tough guy to guard. Oh, dangerous pass, but this is going to drop para dito kay Nokum.
That's a play they like to run every time for the high-flying Adrian Nokum. Such a great finisher.
5-4 ang ating score. 6:35 to play dito sa ating first quarter. And this much-anticipated matchup, as we said earlier, is Celis comes up empty. Recovery made by Robles, but he stepped out of bounds.
At walang reklamo na nagawa dun si Billy Ray Robles.
Let's see this again. Our Grab Kitchen delivery of the game. The alley-oop play from Larry Rodriguez to Adrian Nokum. And of course, Grab Kitchen, bukas na po ang kanilang mga branches sa Commonwealth and Bacoor. And soon to open ang kanilang branch sa Pampanga. Rodriguez, quick turnaround, yes.
Ooh, they're going to Larry Rodriguez early. Past 2 possessions. Past 3 possessions, actually. The other one going to Adrian Nokum. But they are going to him early in this game.
And a foul called on Calma, who is outside guarding Robbie Celis. Nakikita ulit natin dito yung P-hit. And then suddenly the shot over Alan Santos, gulat na gulat. But that's really part of what makes Larry Rodriguez such an effective player.
Yeah, that's right. He's not athletic. He's not flashy. Kind of like a Tim Duncan kind of player.
Yes.
Very basic.
Wilson, missing this time. 6-5 San Juan. Salamat sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force sa lahat ng tulong nyo dito sa ating Filbasket Subic Championship. Rodriguez now extending his range. Almost a 3 there for Larry Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is now 3 out of 3 from the field to begin this ball game. 6 points in the game for the former ex-pro.
Eto ngayon, 8-5 ang ating score. Celis retaliates.
Robbie Celis had 21 points and earned Player of the Game citations in that game against 7A Primus.
And again, Rodriguez is busy. Rodriguez missing this time. Santos tracks it down. And the outlet pass now over to Robles, now to Celis. And that is just a great fast break for Davao.
Perfectly ran fast break para dito sa koponan ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Great extra pass and unselfishness para dito kay Billy Ray Robles.
Again, 5th in the league in terms of fast break points, and that will be an offensive foul. Hindi mo mapagkakaila yun if you are Adrian Nocum. Look at that. It's like a quarterback. And the easy one there for Celis. Palitan na ng tao kaagad dito. So we're gonna see Alvin Abundo check in for the first time para dito sa kupunan ng San Juan Knights along with Ato Ular. So 4:40 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. 9-8. Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life. Wilson hit his first, but he has missed his last two. Don't see Jerwin Gacko is in the game for the first time. Orlan Wamar will get continuation, and he will get to the free throw line.
Joseph Terzo not able to get in front of Orlan Wamar on that drive, giving up the foul on that play.
So Orlan Wamar, as we mentioned, one of the 5 holdovers. So that will be Orlan Wamar, Larry Rodriguez, itong si Jonard Clarito, itong si Joseph Ubalde, one of the homegrown talents as well, and Christian Bunyag. Those are the 5 holdovers from the MPBL Championship.
That's why it's so amazing that they are up top the team standings. And when I was doing my predictions before the start of the season, I had San Juan nowhere near the top.
Well, one of the holdovers for San Juan, I'll just say, it's Randy Alcantara.
Oh, yeah. And Randy Alcantara, definitely a great coach here. He has shown that he could win in a lot of levels.
And during his absence, tandaan natin, Randy Alcantara had joined the team on the 3rd game na nitong San Juan. That was also their 3rd consecutive win. It was Yong Garcia, dito si Nani Epondulan, holding the reins for the squad. And boy, grabe chemistry ng coaches dito ng San Juan.
Does it need to be Randy Alcantara holding the fort para dito sa kupunan ng San Juan Knights? And then nakita mo walang diferensya.
Gonna have an offensive foul called on Jerwin Gacko.
And Jerwin Gacko has been one of the most vocal players complaining about this new rule that we have of officiating.
Well, he's actually one of the oldest players we got.
Yeah.
Or one of the most veteran tenured players dito.
Definitely.
So I'm telling you, the older ones are gonna have the harder time adjusting dito sa ating bagong rules. In the meantime, there's gonna be a hold on Bonbon Custodio. O penalty na. So pagkakataon ngayon nitong si Renza Bando to actually get his first points in the Filbasket.
Yeah, what Renza Bando did, unang hawak niya pala ng bola, inatake niya na agad yung depensa ni Bonbon Custodio, and now he is at the line for 2 shots.
Lots of potential in this kid out of the University of Santo Tomas, and he has still not scored here in Filbasket. Tandaan natin, he played in the 3rd game. Sabay sila ni Randy Alcantara. Well, actually saw action or was on the bench on the 3rd game. Saw action on the 4th game. Saw action on the 5th game. Nakatira na siya. And finally gets his first point in the 6th game. At may konting girian na nangyari sa loob between Gacko at itong the youngster, ito si Arvin Gamboa.
That's not going to be good news for Coach Matt Macalental. That's already the 2nd on Jerwin Gacko.
So Gacko is being warned that he does have his 2nd. Makita natin girian dito. Arbora ng uniforme nangyari. Ganun pala yun. And you gotta give it to Arvin Gamboa. He held his ground against the veteran Jerwin Gacko. Robbie Salis, 1 dribble lamang ang ginawa. Gets the 3-point play opportunity. Another fast break for Davao. Look at that, 3 passes, no dribble, 1 dribble here from Celis. That's how fast Davao got the ball down.
That's why he's been so effective para dito sa kupunan ng Davao Occidental Tigers, because he plays the 4, but he has the speed of a guard.
He is 6'4", but he's a very deadly wing player. As you mentioned, 21 points in their last outing. So 12-10. Davao, still a close one here with under 4 minutes remaining sa ating first quarter. Alvin Abundo. And there's going to be a hold on Bonbon Custodio. More free throws coming up for Renza Bando. So nabibigyan ng regalo yung bata.
And so far, he's only made 1 out of 2. Titingnan natin if he can go perfect on this attempt from the free throw area.
Cap the Gangon in for the first time para dito sa Davao.
Bilis ng balasa ng tao dito para kay Coach Matt Macalental.
Renza Bando appears to have lost a lot of weight also, Javi. I'm not sure if we're looking at the same thing here.
Well, he has really had a very lean frame, no? But yeah, he used to have a lot more muscle.
Sidelined for a while. Of course, estudyante nga ito ng UST, so they really haven't gotten much playing time because of the pandemic. This time knocks down 2. So Renz Abando in his fourth appearance dito, or third appearance pa lang yata. Yeah, third appearance, has already gotten 3 points. Post up ngayon para dito kay Bonbon Custodio. Gets it out. Eman Calo on the nice fake. Calo lets it fly. That is a miss. Rebound picked up again by Custodio, and he will be shooting free throws.
Oh, Alvin Abundo got his hands caught inside the cookie jar on that one. Didn't resist the temptation to slap the ball away from Bonbon Custodio.
Isa pa yan because Bonbon's shot, yung shot niya talaga pinapakita niya halos, and then he releases it so quickly. He's been doing this for years.
Yeah, and when you're a veteran like Bonbon Custodio, you're able to do that for so many years. Hindi mo basta-basta maaagaw yan kahit pinapakita niya yung bola.
Free throws brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball nitong ating Filbasket Subic Championship. Custodio splits the free throws, so we're going to have another sub come in as Robbie Celis will get his first rest of the game. And we're going to have Marco Balagtas seeing his first action. Youngster out of Jose Rizal University. Here's Abundo, the veteran. Has it poked away from behind. And the recovery made here by Eman Calo. Oh, that's going to be another offensive foul. Calo was nowhere close to establishing position there. At aminado na siya. I think everybody's now adjusting na talaga. Parang, nga pala, hindi na nga pala pwede yun. Look at that. He was moving.
Yep.
And Abando had no chance, kaya nga sobrang laki na advantage, offensive foul.
Yeah, Commissioner Jai Reyes wants the skills of the players to really blossom, and that's why he established that rule.
And it's no more interpretation of the call.
That's right.
Abando looking for his first field goal, no. Here's Gap Dagango now bringing it down to Eman Calo. Custodio. Dagango almost lost it. Tuluyan na nga nawala.
Now, you know, the question here is for San Juan Knights and Coach Randy Alcantara. They have gotten off to a very good start in this tournament, but you have a star like Renz Abando at your disposal. Do you field him in for long minutes now that you have already established a rhythm and chemistry on the floor when he was not playing?
Well, dapat kasama siya sa chemistry na yan. So I guess talaga we expect to see a lot of minutes today from Renz Abando as Arvin Gamboa gets his first field goal of the game. That's going to be a problem for us broadcasters kasi pinagsabay ng Abundo at saka Abando. Custodio. And that one trickles in.
Lucky bounce para dito sa former University of the East guard.
And we have a seesaw game ongoing here. Now the lead belongs to Davao. Paulo Hernandez, who shot very well in their last game, comes up empty on that one. Abando tries to save it, goes to the wrong guy. Here comes Gap Dagango now into the front court. Eman Calo changing direction with under 2 minutes remaining in the first. Labanan sa rebound off the miss. Last touch, San Juan.
Oh, that was definitely off of Ato Olar. Saw Paulo Hernandez take the first shot, his first shot of the game kanina. See here, Arvin Gamboa.
It's a great spin there coming from Arvin Gamboa. As we keep mentioning, he's a second-generation player. Abando is going to take a breather after scoring 3 points already. So at least he's seen his shot go through the net. We'll see him again later. 1 minute and 54 remaining. Dagangon. Can't get it to go. Great rebound there by Ular. And here comes Arvin Gamboa. He's got great handles, except that time naagawan nga siya. Dagangon will finish. So seesaw battle no more, Javi, as Davao has now picked up a 3-point lead, 17-14.
Now San Juan doesn't want to succumb to the pressure that Davao Occidental will give them on both ends of the floor. They will have to play at their own pace.
Hernandez can't get it to go. It's tapped over to the wide open Alvin Abundo. Comes up empty, and there's one of those emphatic rebounds coming from Jerwin Gacko.
The San Juan Knights are not really a good shooting team from all ends of the floor, but it's their defense really that propels them to their victories.
This is offensive foul number 3 called on Davao. or make that number 4 in terms of offensive fouls on Davao. Hernandez takes a seat, Nocum returns. Here it is again. Tingnan mo naman yung hakbang na ginawa doon ni Marco Balagtas.
He was nowhere near from being established on that screen.
17-14, 104 remaining sa ating first quarter. Larry Rodriguez will return for the Knights and immediately they post him up.
That's a tough cover for Marco Balagtas.
And Larry says, okay na sana, hindi lang nga pumasok. Custodio lobs it up. Balagtas with the basket.
That's not good transition defense for the San Juan Knights. Yes, they were able to get back right away, but they were not able to check Marco Balagtas.
This is 6 unanswered points now for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life,
Oh.
there's your answer coming from Adrian Nocum.
He has had so much fantastic shots in this tournament, and that is only one of them.
Di nagkaintindihan si Carlo at si Custodio on the inbound play. That's so nice. You gotta see that one again. Look at this. Crossover, looper, swap.
This guy has blossomed so much in this tournament. From just being a role player, mukhang na-elevate na yung role ni Adrian Nocum dito sa team na to. He's averaging already 11.3 points para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara.
And he's not yet done. They go to Rodriguez once again. This time tries to go cross court. Orlan Wamar still can't ring the bell from beyond the arc. And stay right here. Sabi ng ating referees, that foul will go against Davao.
Orlan Mamar already hoisting up 2 tries from the outside, but still 0 on both.
Balagtas is upset at the call. And now, Alan Santos is asking for the clarification. Again, it's very, very clear how they're calling this. 9.1 seconds remaining in the first. Larry Rodriguez, former PBA player out of the PMI College, or the Philippine Maritime Institute. So San Juan has an opportunity to cut this down to 1.
And he now ties his average at 8.
Gamboa will check back for Larry Rodriguez for the final 9.1. We've seen very little John Wilson. He did start the game, but he didn't stay on the floor very long. There's the spin by Santos. May
Excellent pass in traffic by Eman Calo, and Alan Santos with a great finish.
A lot of aggression shown by the Davao Occidental Tigers, especially in attacking the hoop here in quarter number 1. It is a 21-18 lead para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life kontra sa San Juan Knights. Go for gold, and it all started with John Wilson hitting his first shot of the game. But then immediately, Larry Rodriguez responded with 6 straight points of his own, including this up and under kontra kay Alan Santos. More highlights from the first quarter as Robbie Celis hits the step back on the pick and roll with John Wilson. Para naman dito sa San Juan, the bench started to come into play on the spin move also para naman dito kay Arvin Gamboa. We have a close one heading into quarter number 2, 21-18 in favor of Davao. Back with us here at the Subic Bay Gym. We will begin the second quarter very, very shortly sa labanan dito ng Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, and the San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Second quarter brought to us by Grab Kitchen. Bukas na po kanilang mga branches sa Commonwealth and Bacoor. And the Pampanga branch is opening soon. And Tick Boy is on tularizing mode again. Turnaround. Clarito. Noel Zarate pa rin po kasama si Javi Palañas, of course si Tick Boy Juan, isa sa mga pinakamalupit na floor director sa balat ng lupa. Tulalizing nga lang every now and then.
Happens to the best of us, right?
Yes. Look at the field goals from that first quarter. Davao, ang daming layups kasi.
That's right. 9 out of 17 from the field for 53%. Talking about the Davao Occidental Tigers. Meanwhile, San Juan Knights just 35%. But they have gone to the line more often. 8 tries already para dito sa San Juan Knights. And just 5 free throw attempts for the gold shirts.
Gap Dagangon having able to get his first three-pointer of the game. So another diesel start for Dagangon. Giving Davao now their biggest lead of the game at 6 points, 24-18.
Gab Dagangon, one of the great performers para kay Coach Matt Makalintal in their last game. He had 11 versus 7A Primus.
And he is able to run this fast break right now. Basa nga lang yun. Netong si Nokum.
That pass a little to the left for Marco Balagtas to catch. And look at this. Eman Calo dishing it out to Gab Dagangon, libre para sa tres.
At salamat sa mga kaibigan at sa Coco Life, our official partner here in the Filbasket Subic Championship. Nokum's gonna take a seat. Abundo will return. Larry Rodriguez also on the floor now for the Knights. And dito ngayong kupunan ng Davao looking to get Dagangon active early. Missing that three though. You have not seen June Manzuit in the game. Para dito sa kupunan ng San Juan. That means Orlan Wamar has not had any rest so far in this game.
Yep, that's right. And June Manzo hasn't really been playing well for the San Juan Knights in their past few games. Actually didn't also play in that game against the against FSD Makati Army.
Orlan Wamar going back to the free throw line and more veterans coming in. We got Paulo Hubalde checking in for Bonbon Custodio as we take a look at this sudden burst of speed for Orlan Wamar. May foul na may tatawag doon and Bonbon was not happy with that one.
Looked clean up top but a lot of body downstairs.
Orlan Wamar, produkto ng Central Escolar University and as we said, one of the 5 holdovers from the championship of the MPBL Lacan Cup, which was actually won by Davao. But if you go back 2 years ago, or a year ago, it was actually won by San Juan.
That's right. And Orlan Wamar, one of the leaders here for San Juan Knights, he has emerged as the top scorer para sa White Shirts, 13.2 points per game for Coach Randy Alcantara.
And he has had no relief in this game so far. Dagangon getting the pick from Santos, and that one goes overboard. Again, they want to get Gab Dagangon going early. He's one of their best shooters, and he thrives coming off screens on the catch and shoot.
Yep, that's right. We've seen that a lot in his days with the University of Perpetual Health.
And John Wilson checks back in. Sinabi ko naman one of their best shooter. Here is their best shooters.
Of course, former NCAA MVP John Wilson. Let's see if Coach Matt Makalintal will let him on the floor for much longer dito sa ating second period.
Also a former MPBL regular season MVP and an MPBL Finals MVP. Lob it inside to Ular. Too strong. Alan Santos doing what he does best, corral the rebounds. Valdez slows things down. Asking for a pick from Celis. Wilson drives. Calo momentarily open. Lalapit na Bagya. Eman Calo with the floater.
Excellent play there by John Wilson, attacking the defense and dishing it off to Eman Calo on the right corner. Dribble drive and the floater.
26-20. Back to another 6-point lead. Para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Live. And Ato Olar's not gonna miss something that close.
Well, nobody really there to guard Ato Olar. The bank is open at 8 o'clock para dito kay Ato Olar.
Online banking daw ang ginagamit ni Ato Olar. So it's always open. Except at like 2 in the morning. Minsan nagda-down. Three-pointer. Hubalde. No. Labanan sa rebound. There's another one for Larry Rodriguez. One of the top rebounders in all of Filbasket. Wamar left open for 3. And he is still struggling from the outside. Another foul on Davao. Calo will be called for this one. So here's Aldwin Alday seeing his first action of the game para naman dito sa kupunan ng Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life. There's a warning on Davao as well. And we're going to have a timeout here called by Randy Alcantara. His team cannot seem to get any form of momentum here against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life timeout called by San Juan Knights. Go for gold. And this timeout is brought to us by Stig Roasters. Well, here's another thing we picked out of the stats as we take a look at Coach Matt Macalintal, who was a very heady point guard during his day. Itong San Juan Knights is actually 8th in scoring with 78.2 points per game. But they're also one of the best teams pagdating sa depensa because they're second in points allowed at 71 points a game.
That is the strength of the San Juan Knights team kasi alam ni Coach Randy Alcantara na walang mala sa depensa.
And in the same token, Davao Occidental Tigers 6th in scoring at 78.2 points per game, but 3rd in points allowed at 72.8. So medyo dikit yun, but at least they're still ahead offensively than they are defensively. Muntinlupa talaga. 92 points allowed a game. That's a problem.
That is, and that's a problem they continue to have in this game, still winless in our tournament.
Coming off the timeout by Randy Alcantara, unable to get a shot off itong San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Look at this stingy defense, and again, a lot of hesitation there on that shot coming from Renz Abando. Diyan sila naputukan. So you're gonna see Abando again. So this is the second or the first time he's been fielded in twice during a ball game.
That's right.
And it's still here in the first half. 6.5 to play. Clarito finally gets a basket, and he'll also be getting a three-point play.
A lot of bodies flying on the floor here for both teams.
Well, the guys who are on the floor, Alan Santos, pati ito si Jonard Clarito, sanay na sa mga ganung klaseng banggaan. They're always on the floor. I mean, that's part of their calling card. I will mop the floor with my jersey. Di ba? Jonard Clarito, produkto ng De Ocampo Memorial College, whose head coach is the current coach of the Nueva Ecija best friend, Toto Dohilio.
Oh, interesting. So really a lot of common and mutual relationships here dito sa Filbasket Subic Championship.
Salamat din sa mga kaibigan natin sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force sa inyong tulong dito sa ating Filbasket bubble. Alday! No. Battle for the rebound cannot be secured by Clarito. Wilson on the fake. Wilson partially deflected. And Celis ilalabas. Hubalde momentarily open. Nilapit pa para dito kay Alan Santos. What a heady play by Paulo Hubalde.
Oh, the veteran not minding the clock there. Able to dish it off to Alan Santos.
And so many points in the paint ang nanggagaling dito sa kupunan ng Davao Occidental Tigers. They forced the turnover. Wilson, one man to beat, and he did beat Renz Abando.
John Wilson already with 4 points now in this ball game.
But despite all of that, Davao's lead is only 5. So dikit naman. Points off turnovers natin. The Knights are up by 5 in that department. But not for long because Davao is forcing a few turnovers of their own. Ular, no.
Ato Ular will have to take a better shot than that.
Coming up on the halfway mark nitong ating second quarter. 5-point lead for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life. Hubalde. Santos can actually shoot it from there but opts to play the backdoor cut for Paulo Hubalde. And luckily natamaan dito ni Renz Abando. And Abando is claiming he never touched it.
So much complaining here from everybody.
Chris Lalata will see his first action of the game. Replacing Alan Santos, and they go from heft to leanness. Na-warning ang tuloy si Alvin Abundo.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds to shoot.
Well, if it's any consolation, 5 seconds to shoot na lang na para dito sa Davao. And hold on, a foul before the inbound. Jonard Clarito and Chris Lalata facing off here.
And they really are not letting anything go, talking about the officials here. Basta makita nila, they will not be afraid to whistle.
Third team foul yan. Or first team foul. Para dito sa San Juan. Wilson on the fake. Jumper is a miss. Para dito kay Lalata. Now they get it across to Nocum. Nocum underneath the defense of Celis. Ball stays with San Juan. And let's take a look at our TikTok move of the game brought to us by TikTok. The veteran just crossing over itong si Renzabando.
You get the feeling that the atmosphere we have here is like a finals match, no?
That feels like it right now. Tandaan natin, Game 4 of that final was played in this building.
That's right.
Free throws coming up now.
Foul number 31 is Lalata, his first.
So Lalata will be called for his first, and that's going to send Jonard Clarito back to the free throw line. Oh, check that. That's Nocum to the free throw line. Takes one high flyer to another. Again, San Juan is just hanging in there.
That's exactly what they want to do against a very veteran team like the Davao Occidental Tigers. And I'm sure Coach Randy Alcantara has instructed his boys to just play defense, and the offense will follow.
Well, the offense of this young kid, Adrian Nocum, is flowing here in the first half.
Already 6 points in the ball game for the youngster.
30-27, the lead of Davao down to 3. Celis wants to post up. Celis. Rebound, Clarito. They're off and running once again. Abundo steps back for 3. And Calma comes away with the offensive rebound. Approaching the 4-minute mark nitong ating second quarter. Nocum lowers the shoulder.
Defensive foul on number 10. Adrian Nocum, that's his second
And si John
foul.
Wilson, napakagaling sa ganon.
Oh yeah, and John Wilson made the PBA All-Defensive team
Yes.
during his rookie year in 2011,
Yep.
while also making the rookie team.
Lalo mo, makasabayan niya sa Jose Rizal University, sila Marvin Gray actually.
Oh, you mean Marvin Hayes?
Marvin Hayes. Sino ba si Gray?
Jonathan Gray.
Jonathan Gray. Yun, Marvin Hayes. Tama ka.
Binild naman si Jonathan.
Oo, tama. So here is Gamboa. Naipit. Kanyang pasa. Nakuha naman ni Abundo. And he scores. Suddenly, it is just a 1-point lead for the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life as San Juan has found another gear courtesy of Alvin Abundo. We'll be right back. Stay with us, and this timeout is brought to us by Astig Roasters. Kamali Three minutes and 26 remaining dito sa ating second quarter. And it is 30-29 para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life, their lead earlier was 6 points. Pero inunti-unti na sila rito ng San Juan Knights go for gold. Dumalzarate pa rin po kasama si Javi Palanya from the Subic Bay Gym. Pick and roll action once again. Lalata. And these are rare free throws actually para dito sa kupunan ng Davao.
That's right. Davao only able to get to the line 5 times as opposed to 13 tries para sa San Juan Knights.
Chris Lalata, another one of those players na binigyan nyo ni Emma ng Player of the Game honors.
Yeah, Chris
A few games ago, yeah.
Lalata has been playing great here para kay Coach Pat Macalental.
Coming out of Olivares College, played in the NCRAA, and there is Randy Alcantara, who played in the NBA. Two for two naman para dito kay Lalata.
I actually got to play against Coach Randy when he was still coaching Angelicum College in high school when I was still with Barrett Northfield.
Sakit katawan?
Sobra.
Tapos ng game, okay. Because it won't be Randy Alcantara if you didn't feel his elbow or his shoulder. And here is another three. Alvin Abundo has tied the score at 32.
5 points now in the ball game for Alvin Abundo, and more importantly, tying that game.
On the ground, Abundo aminado kontra rito kay Terzo.
Number 29, Alvin Abundo, second.
Fourth team foul para dito sa kumpunan ng San Juan. Look at that. Nobody went near Abundo. And he does have a decent three-point shot.
15 seconds.
Terzo, ikot ng bola kaya papunta kay Celis. They go cross-court. Wilson all day. And Wilson connects for three.
7 points now in the ball game para dito kay John Wilson.
And he is able to give them back that three-point lead, which Abundo took away from them earlier. 2:22 remaining, the ating second quarter. Clarito. And here's another three. Para dito kay... Oh! Alvin Abundo's gonna drop that in as we have a double foul. Trying to go up for the rebound dito si Gamboa kontra kay Lalata. Both of them will be called for fouls.
Making his last two three-point tries, the former CEU stalwart, Alvin Abundo. Let's look at that play once again right here.
Kanina rin kasi may awa para sa Davao. Dito rin, may awa na rin. It is a three-point field goal for Abundo. How about that? 8 points in a row.
That's right.
Double foul on someone nights, number 13, Coach Gamboa, his second. And Davao Occidental Tigers, number 31, Chris Lalata, his second.
So those are the double foul culprits. Gamboa and Lalata.
Rodriguez for Coach Gamboa.
And Larry Rodriguez is going to see more action here. I think Larry's got, what, 8 points in the game?
That's right. 8 points already, tying already his average. And we're just in the second quarter.
And we approach the 2-minute mark here in the second. Terzo, aahon sa screen. Si Wilson puts it on the floor. Gets it out again to Terzo, thinking about it. There's the runner by Alday. Less than 2 minutes to go dito sa ating second quarter. Tied at 35. San Juan trying to go for the lead. They get the lead, courtesy of John Clarito.
John Clarito able to hang in the air to be able to focus that bank shot up and in.
So the once 6-point lead, or 7-point lead rather, nito kupunan ng Davao is gone. Pick and roll action once again. Celis. And a quick acknowledgement coming from Larry Rodriguez. And take a look at this. No stopping. Etong si John Clarito. Played for the Cobras of the Ocampo Memorial College.
Oh, he was a good, like, at least 1.5 seconds in the air.
Yeah. And we thank our friends from Wilson, the official basketball of the Subic, or Filbasket Subic Championship. Nagkahalo-halo na.
Robbie Sell is now at the line. You saw that previous pick and roll. John Wilson getting the screen from Robbie Sellis, and Wilson able to drop that bounce pass off to the rolling Robbie Sellis. That's a tough cover for anybody.
Right, and Sellis has scored heavily so far in this game. With 1 minute and 36 remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Tabla po tayo, 37 all, timeout called. And this timeout is brought to us by Stig Roasters. And you can see the Wilson ball on the ground. Will the Wilson player come out and play? So far, so good for John Wilson.
That's right, John Wilson already with 7 points in this game and 4 assists, being able to facilitate for his teammates on numerous occasions dito sa ating first half.
Tandaan natin, John Wilson, as you see on your screens, is averaging a little over 10 points a game so far. That's away from his average of 20 points when he was playing in the MPBL for the team they're going up against right now. A miss by Rodriguez. Here's the outlet now going to Billy Ray Robles, who's back in the game. And that was a duty foul by Jun Manzo.
Bad transition defense there para sa panic ng San Juan Knights. You look at here, Jun Manzo late to find Billy Ray Robles and no recourse but to give up the foul.
Ano yun ang hassle, ano? Kapapasok mo palang sprint ka kaagad. Yung heart rate mo mababa pa, biglang sprint ka kaagad. Ngayon, hirap na nga yung heart rate mo. Hirap ka pa huminga.
That's really the challenge for all basketball players coming off the bench.
But that's like the worst talaga. That's one of the worst feelings ever. You can see the bench here nitong Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life. Winners of 4 straight. And ngayon, half a game behind. Itong kupunan ng AICC Manila, which just pulled off a miracle win against FSD Makati Army.
Yep, just when you thought that FSD Makati Army was already primed to win, AICC Manila just staying on at the hip there and winning it at the last second, courtesy of that 3 from Michael Wico.
You'll watch that game again on our Facebook, our YouTube, and our TikTok accounts dito po sa Filbasket. In the meantime, there's going to be a 3-second violation.
3-second violation.
Yeah, John Clarito was parked in the lane waiting to rebound, but the shot never came. Robles wants to up the tempo now with under a minute remaining here in the second. Celis, pinapali si Terzo. Being watched now by Gamboa. Gets it to Wilson. Coming off that pick, extra pass by John Wilson. High off the glass, wala para dito kay Robbie Celis, and he is steamed at himself. Gamboa against 3 gold shirts. And that goes out of bounds.
The ball will go to the Davao Occidental Tigers. So much energy being displayed here by the gold shirts. And you would think, and that's why it amazes me so much that the team with so much ex-pros, so much veterans, can play this type of energy on both ends.
Well, they wanted a 2-for-1 there, Javi, but they somehow got the ball back. Wilson can't get it to go, so the last shot could belong to the San Juan Knights. Go for gold. You're right about that. Yung ex-pros talaga dito, they're the ones with the spring in their step. Wamar gets the pick from Gamboa. Wamar from 20, he is hit. And Robles says, I never touched him.
Foul on number 25, Billy Robles, his first. Substitution.
So with 3 seconds remaining dito sa ating second quarter, Orlan Wamar, pagkakataon naman tumabla para dito sa San Juan Knights go for gold. Let's see that again. That's a great head fake talaga rito, and I'm not sure. There could be body contact there. I can't tell from that angle. Pero sabihin naman ng Davao, ball don't lie. So there's still 3 seconds remaining. Davao could get the last shot if Wamar makes this, and no offensive rebound naman if he misses it. Splits the free throws. And here's the timeout that you can't bring to the second half. Anyway, might as well use it for the final 3 seconds of the second quarter para dito sa Davao. They would like very much to add to this 1-point lead, 39-38. Timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters. We will stay on, sabi ng ating very, very demanding floor director na si Tikboy Juan. So again, can you grade the first half para sa magkabilang kupunan? Kung sa UP, style UP, 1 pinakamataas, 5 pinakamababa.
Ginawa mo namang recitation to eh. Got me on my feet. But for both teams, definitely the defensive pressure and defensive intensity, I'll give them an uno on that. But
nice.
Offensively, they're maybe
Tres.
2-3. Yeah.
2, mataas pa yun. Pwede ka pa mag-university, college scholar nun. Parang 3 pa rin because it's a low-scoring game. And we're going to take a look at those numbers a little later on. Why It is a low-scoring game, but that's to be expected. With Davao versus San Juan, it should be expected. It's a
Both
low-scoring
teams
game.
really like to play defense.
Celis finally gets to trigger it in. Terzo looking for a foul. None was called, and that's how the first half will come to an end. A 1-point lead for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life kontra dito sa San Juan Knights. It is 39-38. Close one to be expected. This was, of course, the MPBL final before, but so many storylines to talk about when we return. Stay with us. We are at the half.